You know, when you're living in India, you don't realize how Indian you are. And your Indianness is something that just merges with everybody else's. But the minute you leave, you realize that that your heritage is there in so many different aspects of you. You know, the colors of clothes that you pick out, or the little aesthetics that you have, or the way you speak certain languages and the way you pronounce things, the food that you prefer. I was a self-taught designer, so learned everything about design all from the internet. Keeping with the latest trends, knowing what's going on, upping our game, meeting amazing, interesting designers and people. But I think also it is changing the way we think and we behave and we react with the world around us, and that's an interesting stage of the internet right now, because the way we process relationships, the way we process information is fast changing because of how we are now trained to consume it, which can be a little troublesome as well. You can't really connect with yourself when you are logged in to technology, so you really have to plug out to tap into your creativity and your spirituality. And I do think you need that connection with yourself for creative excellence as well. We used to do 5 to 6 trips a year. My father was a big history and story buff, and we used to tap into the history and the stories and the local legends and the cultures and the food of every single place we went to. And it's so fascinating that every 100 kilometers in India, everything changes. It's like having multiple countries within one country. The language changes, the script changes, the shapes of their houses, the way the people dress up, the food, every single aspect of the culture just evolves. Graphic design is the marriage of word and image to tell stories or communicate something. In a way, graphic design in India has been there for thousands of years. And with every new script and every culture and every political wave, this communication has only strengthened or has had layers. And through my practice, I want to unearth all this. I want to unearth this rich tapestry of graphic design that we already have in India, but nobody has touched. Then you live in a city like Bombay. It's so noisy, so crowded, so visually loud. You basically have to dissect it. It's about looking around you and keep your eyes open all the time for amazing juxtapositions, for crazy coincidences, for little stories, for pieces of humor. Like everything is actually quite, there's this underlining humor through all this visual narrative that keeps going on around you. And just keeping your eyes peeled for that is basically what influences and inspires me. So we do something called local walks, where we walk around the city or our streets, and instead of going on Pinterest or going on the internet, we get influenced by stuff we see around us. I think good design or any creative thing that is made really nicely and really well, and it has that perfect balance of form, function, culture, and that mix, it's going to appeal to everyone. I think the problem happens when you don't feel that creative confidence or are not able to communicate that confidence to the client. You need to let them feel that you are on their side, that you are looking out for solving their design problem, along with adding that layer of expertise, of that creative magic that you bring to the table. One of the great things that we do as part of our process is to rewrite our briefs and make the client realize that, hey, you know what, your brand can be so much more than what you're expecting. I think it's a good chance to kind of change direction or tweak direction or fix things which weren't working, and when you're hitting the ground running. So in a way, the pandemic has helped me tremendously. So far, I am actually very grateful for it. I'm grateful for just the air becoming better in Bombay, and that this kind of pace sort of reducing, because Bombay is a very crazy city. It is very, very manic, and I honestly am enjoying this time to breathe. Stereotypes obviously aren't a good thing, but it also means that somebody has put you in some sort of a memory box, and they remember you a certain way. The idea is to take that stereotype that you've been kind of put into, and then use it as a jump off point to do something completely unexpected and break that stereotype for that person, and hopefully the rest of the world.